88 Films.
Bueno.
Bueno,
Update.
we didn't finish the last podcast. We're sorry.
Hit it.
But we're back.
But we're back. And we didn't change clothes either.
Yeah. Same shit, different day. Where we at?
Shit. What's
Yeah.
up?
There's like an update, no? Because we've done this before. There's like a kind of a revised.
Yeah, we're just talking about where we personally think, not financial advice or not, it's just an opinion, you know.
Perspective.
You know, some
Yeah.
people don't like other people's opinions, but, you know, I kind of do.
It is what it is.
Where the sneaker market is right now, it's fucking cooked.
Fuck.
But
Yeah,
it's
no,
also,
easy way to say
but
it.
it's also like cool.
It's a
at the
buyer's
same
market
time.
right now.
Yeah.
It's a buyer's market, or it's like you just, if you want to get into sneakers, like I always say, it's
perfect
always
time.
good. It's always a good time to get into sneakers.
Yeah.
Everything is kind of cheap right now. Even like super expensive shoes. I always look up the market and I'm like, holy shit, these are low right now.
Yeah. Like prime example, Travis's when they first came out, 4K.
4K.
2 years ago,
they're
3K.
They're two bands right now.
Not
The Travis Fragment
Hi.
High.
I bought it
specific.
at 2 pre-owned, brought it back. Y'all sold it at 16 pre-owned. So it's like it just shows.
It just keeps going down and down.
Would you say bids are 800 right now?
Yeah, there's somebody, I saw one of the bids was 7 something for one of those, which is crazy. But yeah, it's just, I think it's very, very watered down. It's watered down. There's too many releases. There's a lot of shit coming out that it's just not needed. Like we were just looking over like the sneakers like set list, and there's like a IE11. Nobody wants those. Another Jordan 12 that's Laker colorway. Nobody wants those,
Yeah.
bro. I think,
That Jordan 1 right there with the satin laces.
yeah, I mean, it's good to let stuff sit, and it just kind of sucks when you see somebody make the mistake of picking up a shoe and thinking like, damn, it's gonna resell, and then coming here and being like, yo, bro, we're gonna pass.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you should have just let it sat. Like, if you're gonna go to Foot Locker and you see something sitting, just buy it because you wanted to wear.
Yeah.
So,
And I think that's what, again, like we said in the last podcast, when people wear shoes, they go up in value because there's not that many. It's just supply and demand, literally supply and demand. It's used.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I want a fresh one. Like this guy, one of our customers came in with a lost and found on Sunday, a used one. And he's like, oh, I just want a fresh
Yeah.
one. So he bought he traded in his used one
And got a fresh one.
and got a fresh one.
And put money on top.
But yeah, that again, that's just like it keeps the market for a lost and found at that value, you know, like, and then somebody's gonna buy the used one because it's like, oh, I don't want to spend the extra 100, 125, whatever it is. Let me just buy the used one.
Yeah.
So it's just circulating, and I think, for example, I think the sneaker market is hurting on the Jordan Nike side because I feel like for Asics and for New Balances, it's doing amazing in their eyes. You know, they're
Yeah.
selling out of everything. Their shoes are reselling. People want their shoes. And it's kind of crazy as like a person that has worked in sneaker stores for over a decade now that the first question when people come in here is like, where y'all Asics at?
Facts.
yeah, never used to be a thing. And that's been a thing recently to the point where we're getting them. And we're not pricing them crazy. Well, maybe crazy for what they usually go for.
Yeah. A little
But
bit.
people are asking for them. They sell out. I think we have one in stock right now. And that's nuts because even to try to get them at a local retail store, you can't.
Yeah. And that's another thing too that I was gonna say is like they're selling good, but you guys want more, but like no one's bringing them in, and there's like so it's like there's still like that demand, but the supply isn't reaching to it. You know, so it's like that's also I'm pretty sure why it's also
yeah.
doing good because it's not too much coming out.
And the good colorways are all pretty much almost all Kith exclusives right now.
Yeah, facts. So shout out Kith, they're capitalizing.
But yeah, I see like TikTokers and people like everybody either has a pair of Sambas or some sort of ASIC right
yeah, facts.
now. But it has to be like those technical ones, like the fucking GT 2160s, the Joe Cayanos, the Joe
Yeah.
1130s. Because when people come in and we show them the fucking
The Gel Light 3s.
the Gel Light 3s with the Vag tongue, they're like, not those.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because they're still Kith collab. But like the first question is like, y'all got Asics, and they're like, oh well, we have these and these right now because we're taking the Kith Marvel stuff right now. And they're like, nah, not those. Like I want the other ones.
Yeah, facts.
And
No, and even when Ronnie first like came up on the scene, those were the ones that people wanted. Nobody gave a
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
about
Yeah.
the ones that people are asking for now.
yeah.
So I think like even that, just understanding that there's always cycles of things. Like yeah, you're gonna have your stuff that like people are always going to come in for like certain colorways, certain retros, whatever. But there's always going to be that one thing that people are going to go extra hard for at the moment, which is right now we're in that runner chill
Esque.
phase, or even like Chris was talking about earlier with the Birks. People are wearing stuff like that too, or just like on some real calm, casual stuff, to where like they've always been around, but now with like certain collabs and everything, they're like getting more emphasis, and it's making people want to like put more shine on them.
Yeah, I feel like also accessibility is a big thing. People that have access to these sneakers and they're wearing them. Like I always say this thing where people are like, "Oh, I'm so over sneakers," and I'm like, are you over sneakers, or you just don't have the same access you used to?"
No,
That's a big thing, you know. Like you change your style with what you have access to.
Yeah.
Like, also like what you're working with. If you are like, for example, one of our homies just got hired at a retail store, and he was talking to me about how he's gonna wear like what they're pushing, like their Converse, like
their brand.
their brand and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's a good employee because he's gonna be wearing the stuff because he has access to it, and also he's representing them.
Facts.
So like with us, it's like I feel like working at a cool resale store, quote unquote, like you could kind of wear anything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna get looked at in a way where we might not think about it, because again, same shit. We're like wearing whatever we like or what we think is like in whatever at the time. But we're gonna have customers that come in and be like, "Oh shit, they're wearing them." That in a way like validates them, or even makes them wanna get that item too. Because I think we all have this thing where even customers will hit us up and be like, "Oh shit, I bought this because I saw you wearing it."
Yeah,
looked cool,"
facts.
and things like that, where like we don't think nothing of it, but we're indirectly influencers in our own world.
Yeah, in their own community. Yeah, and I feel like even with that, like, I think we have been a part of pushing the agenda for ASICs, because even like it's funny because obviously we all got a pair. Shout out to the plug. Rob got a pair. Like everyone, we all wear them, and we wear them because we genuinely like them. But now it's funny when we're wearing them, and then someone walks in and they're like, "Y'all got those?" And we're like, "Nah, we don't." But it's like, damn, like, oh shoot, like I'm wearing a shoe that we don't even have in here.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like it creates more of that, like, damn, like you got the shoe that like you guys don't even have it in there. Like when you guys are gonna get more of those? So it's like that thing, like that Briss was saying, like the fact that we're in here and we're actually wearing those shoes, maybe it'll make someone want to get it, but it's like we're still pushing like that. What we like, you know?
It happens with everything just because we wear it. Like, for example, Union Wovens.
Yeah.
Everybody
facts.
was just like, "Oh, you made them look a little better." And it's just like, it's going
Facts.
into like, how do I say it? Like, some people need some kind of like, I would say like a pillar or like somebody to like look up to, where they're like, "All right, cool, this person's doing this person's doing that."
Yeah.
And it happens a lot where I get it a lot, like, "Yo, ID on this, ID on that," and I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Here you go, bro. It's kind
Yeah.
of expensive, but
Yeah, like, well, here you go. No, but that's definitely a thing too. Like we were talking about in the last episode, like the way Travis is wearing his trainer, like he's trying to make it like style it to show you how you can do it. And it's like, oh, they actually look pretty hard, like the way he's wearing it. Because there's sometimes when I see a shoe early and I see someone wearing it, and I'm like, bro, like what is this fit right here? Like it's like, and it makes me not want to get the shoe. But when I see someone wear something and they're actually like styling it a cool way, I'm like, oh shit, this shoe's actually kind of hard. And I've fallen victim to buying a shoe that person styled good. And then once I get it, I'm like, why the fuck did I buy this shit? Like, I'm not, like, I don't even dress like that, like, you know? But definitely, yeah, that's a thing too, is just the way you, I guess, make the shoe look good with the way you're dressing almost.
No,
That
yeah,
makes any
because I
sense.
feel like everybody right now is the big ASIC, big Adidas, Samba, Gazelles.
Yeah.
But again, they might have access to this. Adidas might be seating
Them to everything.
to them, and yeah, and it's easy. But yeah, like I always say that, like it just depends if you have access to it, people will wear it, you know. And if you don't, but the thing right now, some people might have too much access to Jordans.
Yeah.
Like it's
So
like
they
they're
don't want it?
everywhere, so they don't want it.
Yeah.
It's just
So they
like you
see it
walk
everywhere
down.
they go.
Yeah, it's just like a couple years ago when people would say, "Oh, you walk down Melrose and there's fucking 150 stores," and then now there's not that many. Like, but people still like. I always send them all the way to Melrose. Like, I'm like, bro, just start at Sneakerhead, and you're gonna end up all the way to Cool Kicks, and then go
Yeah.
to Soul Stage. And if there's other stores, obviously they'll walk by them, but those are the ones that I'm familiar with. But yeah, I feel like it really depends on what people are wearing. I think that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
If people aren't wearing it, nobody really wants it.
Yeah, because even circling back to those unions, like you have been seeing a lot of people wearing them. So, not saying it's gonna happen soon, but I feel like it's gonna slowly start to
Rise up.
Yeah, because
But it's slowly coming down, which is funny.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, yeah, like literally,
For
like
real?
I check it almost every day because we were getting pairs every day, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, I started paying like a little above retail, and then now it's like, oh shit, it's retail. Now it's like, hey, yo, bro, it's below retail.
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Just hang on to it. But then some people are like, fuck this. Like, I don't want them.
Yeah. Not even we had a customer come over the weekend. They sent him the wrong size. And he's like, I don't want to go through the headache of having to send him back and all that. Just give me a little less than retail. I don't give a fuck to wear.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's
that's an instant no.
yeah. At the end of the day, it's all about convenience, and I think it just goes back to the sneaker community. If it's at your convenience, you're gonna do it.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Cause yeah, even another one that happened to recently was the Spider-Man ones. They were hot, like super hot when the movie came out.
Yeah.
And then like all the buzz came out away from it. We were selling them like before 325, 350. Now we have pairs for 250,
Yeah.
and that was just a couple months.
Yeah, that just also just shows like hype will get you.
Yeah, don't
Literally.
yeah, that's like
like-
another thing. Don't fall into the hype of a shoe. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna get it because you like it.
Yeah, well, like if you want it, like fuck it, but just know that again, like for example, when I don't buy as much designer anymore, but if I wanted something, I already knew I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna lose a shit ton of money on
Yeah.
this, so make it worth it.
Yeah.
But some people don't have that mentality where they're like, yo, bro, I spent this much. Who was it? There was a customer the other day about talking about the retail. Oh, the guy that wanted to trade for what shoe was it last Thursday? The Travis SB. The size 12, and he was just like,
Oh.
Yeah.
and he was just like, he came with his homie, and he was just like, yo,
That
that's
Tuesday, yeah.
he's like, that's way less than retail, and it's just like, bro, you gotta pay attention to the market, you know, like I get it, you spend $275 after tax on a Jordan 11, but it's not worth that much, and he's just going off retail, he's not even going off like the resale world when it was peaking, you know,
Yeah.
and I feel like you have to understand that, and if you're not willing to take the loss, then you know just hang on to the shoes.
Yeah.
I always tell people that. Like when I buy something, I'm like, all right, cool. Like I already know I'm buying this because I want it, but I also know that I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna lose this much money.
Yeah, like even me with the John New Balances. Like maybe I paid the high. Obviously, I paid $5, but I was like, I just want this shoe. And even now, like, are they a little cheaper? Well, remember we had I think we had another 7.5. I think it was like 300, 350, and obviously that's cheaper than. But I'm like, I don't care, bro. Like I have the shoe, I like it. Yeah, I paid the high, but I'm like, I wanted the shoe. That's it. You know, I'm not gonna like be like, oh, what the fuck, try to sell it, and then like I'm just like, no, bro, that shoe's gonna stay with me.
Yeah, it's
and
like
I almost
being-
got that other one too.
It's like being smart.
Yeah.
I like there's always fuck ups, you know. There's always like, oh shit. Like I remember straight up people are spending $1,500 for Fragment Dunks, the purple and black ones,
That's wild.
Oh, the high top.
the high tops.
The Beijing.
The
joints.
the Beijing pair, and it's just like, bro, this shoe's not worth $1,500.
I
have
remember
them
that.
for
I remember
$100
that.
brand new now.
Yeah, they're literally 125, if that.
Fuck, I remember that.
But
bro.
yeah, just again, you have to know like, all right, cool, you pay to play. They always say that, you know, you pay to play. And there was once an example, some guy brought Grateful Deads during the pandemic. I think what are they, like 15, 18?
What color? What color?
Just the yellow pair, like
Okay.
the regular one. Then came back later on. This is all during like when we were around 2, and then he came back and they came back to like down to earth, and they were like 900 a band, and we offered him 7, and he tweaked.
Yeah, that's basically 50% off. Fuck.
Yeah, and we're just like, bro, the market changed. You know, you wanted the shoe to be
Yeah.
fly, but then now that the market's changed, and I was being nice because I knew how much he had spent. And I was just like, yeah, I could give you like 8 credit, and I'm gonna put it at 9, which is literally not a crazy markup at all.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, but we had to tell him like, look, bro, like we take losses, you know. And the thing is that he understood. He was mad at the start, but I think he was more mad at himself.
Like fuck.
Like,
Like,
yeah,
why'd I buy this?
yeah,
Yeah, because even not even going back to earlier, like, bro, like, I don't think I've ever had to tell people so much in all my time buying, like, hey, by the way, this is going to be less than retail for this pair.
Yeah.
Because that's how bad things are. Because to the point where we're pricing some of the stuff at retail because that's just what it's at. And even us pricing it at that, it's still not selling. We're selling, like, worn ones, like, Jordans for, like, 50, 60 bucks. Like, that shit is unheard of
Literally.
before, like good
Literally.
colorway retros, but just nobody cares right now.
yeah. They have to be priced well. And again, I always say like, you have to adjust to your market. If the market adjusts, it's like stocks. If the market adjusts, you adjust, and some people aren't willing to adjust.
Yeah.
Like for me, we had the St. John's. I didn't even know they dropped.
Oh,
they
yeah,
had the
bro.
shock drop over the weekend.
Yeah,
Saint-
one of the homies was telling. Well, the customers was telling me.
St. John's were $500 sneaker,
Easily.
$400 to $500 sneaker, $180, and that's on the high end right now.
Bro, yeah. And
they-
those were like
Hot.
the one. Even that happened with the orange pair.
Syracuse,
Yep.
Kentucky,
And then we there's a video that we put out there where you showed the margin. You're like, all right, we're dropping it. We're taking an L.
Yeah.
You know? Obviously,
yeah,
it happened
some-
with those.
But some people just can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
some people just are like, fuck it, let's just stick to our guns.
Let it rock.
And they're still like,
Say it.
pandas are $350, and I'm just like, bro, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Foam
Nah,
runners, $400 or $500 in some stores. And I always tell customers when they come in, they're like, y'all got the best prices. I'm like, you're gassing it up, chill. But then here and there, I'll walk into a store and I'll just be like,
Damn, we actually do.
not even that. I'm just like, 1,100 for a fucking a $600 shoe. I'm just like, bro, that's 500. That's
For
two
like a
of the
Phantom.
that's just two shoes almost.
Fuck,
But again, it's like it's convenience.
Yeah, I guess.
My homie tells me he works retail, and he was just like, bro, we have pandas sitting. And I was just like, and then he's just like, and then he was here, just came to hang out, and he saw somebody pay for a panda of, I think it was like 180, and he was just like, he's like, that's crazy. He's just like, they could have gone to my shop and got it for retail. And I'm like, bro, some people just want it. And I was like, and you know what's even crazier is you go into one of these malls and they're $250.
Yep.
And I was just like, so it just depends where you're at.
Yeah, location.
Yeah,
100%.
Location, time, and it's just, again, like, some, if you're buying it and you're gonna wear it, you don't really care. You're just like, all right, fuck it. Like,
Yeah, fuck it, let me
Yeah.
just get it. Yeah, and I think even with going to IMAX store, I've got an Iron Maiden shirt, and I've kind of seen that around. I've seen that price, but for me, I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm here, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it. Like, but it was just like, I guess the same way. Like, it's location. I'm here. I'm supporting my boy. Fuck it, I'm gonna just buy it. Maybe I could have got it cheaper somewhere. Maybe it's more expensive somewhere else. But it's just like you're there, you're in the moment, and you're just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy it. But I'm not buying it because it's just like, oh, I'm gonna resell it, or I want it for this reason, you know?
yeah, because if you really think about it, the resale world wasn't a resale world when, like, at least when I came into it, it was just something that I genuinely was into. I was never
Yeah.
into it as a reseller first. So
It
I was just
was-
buying stuff that I liked. And and to me, it's, our world is more of a recycle world.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I got this, I wear it, cool, sick, next one.
Yeah.
Boom. And I always tell people, I'm like, I keep 20, 25 shoes tops, and that's a lot for me
Facts.
in my rotation. And I was just like, and then I get rid of them, bring in some more, get rid of those. But that's the way, and I think that's why it makes our store a little different, because we're just recycling.
Yeah. You're not kind of. Would you say you're not kind of looking at it as I need to make money off this?
Well, you have to, but it's
Obviously.
just like the mentality of us just being that's how we work.
Yeah.
It's
So
just like we
it's
were.
always been like stores like this have been just to have accessibility to things that aren't in the store no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I haven't seen that SB in mad long, or I haven't like seen that retro in mad long, whatever the case, to where a regular store is not going to get it anymore, but stores like us give people the opportunity to buy it again, whether it's for nostalgia or just for the fact of
That's why round 2 is called round 2. You get a second chance.
see?
Yeah,
So-
but yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just for us, it's more of a recycle thing.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
some people, it's like, oh, we're buying it to resell, and that's what I always tell people. I'm like, yo, just at the end of the day, just buy what you like.
Yeah.
Because if you're buying the right stuff and you like the right stuff, not saying that what you like is not valid, but like you could always just sell it to get the next thing. Or like I wouldn't even try to make money on it. Like I would get product and I'd be like, all right, cool. I need, what was it, like 150 for the next Jordan Retro in 2008. Let me sell a bunch of this product. Who cares if it's for the low? Just because I really want this countdown pack for 310.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, to me, it was just like, oh, fuck it. My homie's down to give me $80. Fuck it. I'm down. That's fucking a quarter of that countdown pack.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's like not extra money that you have to come out of pocket for. Again, I think sometimes even some of us forget, like, yo, like, I only have one body to wear all this shit. Like,
Facts.
and we even sometimes, I'm for sure guilty of it. I be forgetting I have shit. So it's just like, why let that shit just sit in my closet and just go to waste when you could bring it here and give somebody else an opportunity to wear it?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, that's another thing. I think that's something that kind of always had us into it, where we like having the newest things, or we like always having different options.
Yeah, I always tell people, oh, it's just like sometimes I buy something and I'm like, why did I buy this? But then I'm just like, oh, I genuinely like it, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, oh, I don't know if these are that cool, but I'm like, I like them, whatever.
Bricks.
Yeah, but even like the other day, I was wearing the Travis Scott Fragment Lows,
Oh yeah.
and I was just like, this shoe's so fucking good. And I was just like, but I'm not a giant fan of the backwards check.
Yeah.
But I was just like, but this shoe's too good. Where I just like, I'm like, damn, like, I didn't want to say, I was just like, am I a little too old for this shoe? Or
Fuck.
I'm just like, but not, it's just not even that. It's just like the backwards check just gives it like this
Like custom-y or something?
custom-y feel to it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's how the shoe is. Like I love that shoe. But then
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's something about this backwards check that I just can't
Get
like.
over.
Just
Like-
like you're used to seeing like a regular Jordan 1 or Jordan 1 low with the swoosh.
Yeah, because in reality, the low is so good because it's literally a fragment high low. Like obviously,
Facts.
but like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally just that with a backwards check, you know? And right now people like Jordan 1 lows more than the Jordan 1 highs.
Yeah, facts.
Like people not cater, but they want that one more than the high. Just in general, I feel like Jordan 1 lows sell better than highs right now.
They just sit better with like a lot of pants and everything. And, like I think that's like big. People want to have a certain look to what they wear, and with the highs, sometimes if you're wearing pants that are like fit a certain way, they stack weird, or
Or you could see it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
it just looks funny.
yeah,
to
like
wear
if you're not wearing the right pair of
Pant-
jeans, you'll
yeah.
see it through the pants.
Yeah, or even like it's easier on the highs where the tongue will slide to the side.
Yeah.
So it looks kind of crazy.
Ooh.
Where the low, it kind of just sits more perfect with everything, and yeah, it's more all around.
Yeah, but we'll take a little break now. We'll get back to it right now.
Burp.
Yes, Archgate.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up? Had
Back
some
on.
good food.
Back on business.
Yeah, I had a lot of sea green. A lot of sea green, but we're back. Another day, another dollar. Well, no money today. But yeah,
Talking about what these like brands could do, or what you guys have done personally as a brand to like.
I feel like just like with brands, like what they can do is they gotta start releasing too many shoes. And I get it; they have quotas and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But then I hear people say like, "Oh, we're down so bad because we have so much product that we can't sell," and it's just
Yeah.
like, stop making it. You
Yeah.
know, like
Fall back a bit to where you're making less of it, and because remember before we used to have releases like solid releases like twice a month.
Yeah.
To where it gives people more of a chance to like be able to buy stuff, and it creates the demand more again because I mean people get paid every 2 weeks for the most part. Not everybody gets paid every week, so it's like okay.
like
I'll
for
send my-
example, the fucking the Holiday 11 was a thing.
yeah,
the-
that was
the
something everybody would look forward
Holiday
to.
11s were a thing. Like you wanted the whatever 2009 Space Jam,
The gammas.
the gammas. You wanted all that stuff. You wanted that under the Christmas tree. Now
remember that.
nobody cares about the 11s. So this year they're releasing those leather DMPs. People already have them.
Yo, was the last one, you think, the Cherry 11? Like that, was that like the last like.
No, it was
I
a
need
cool
that.
gray.
Not even that. That one I saw it and I was like, eh.
I like
But-
the cool gray.
But there's a
The cool
couple people
gray-
coming
cool
in for
gray-
them during the
cool-
holiday.
No, some people want them, but then you have like for that month, for example, that you had the lost and found.
Yeah, so it kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cherry wasn't like the cool gray wasn't either, but the cherry wasn't like an original retro.
Yeah.
Like the only version before that was the lows. Like
Yeah.
people
The
know
low
cherry
top.
11s from the mellows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of just like again, like it didn't resonate to people as much. But yeah, now we already seen stores with those new ones, and
And it just takes away from it. You have it so early and you're selling it for $475, and people are buying it, and it's gonna be a $280 shoe.
if that.
If that, you know.
yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like, it's so early, and I'm just like, holy shit, like.
And even with the brands now, they have like the shoe's a Christmas shoe, but they'll have like a Black Friday release. They'll have an early shock drop, and they'll have so many releases before it that by the time it's like
Out.
official data is out, like it's like bro, like
clipped.
We've seen this stuff so many times already.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's why Nike basketball used to be so sick when it was at its glory, because you had the Easter packs, you had the All-Star packs, you had the Christmas packs. So you had a concept for all these shoes, and they were all together. They would come out the same day, and you were able to pick one or two if you could, you know, and get the pack.
yeah,
that's
different
why-
flavors, different models.
Yeah, different flavors, different models. Even like the Dornbecker packs, like they're cool, you know. But even this last one, I feel like it had its like return where people are like, oh shit, two of them are good. Even the foam was good, but obviously foams are just like eh. Well, that colorway at least. But the Vomero hot. The Jordan 1 $300 shoe, a $300 shoe in this market, it's pretty good, you know, like that steady 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I mean, they're not in like Air Maxes, but the 90s weren't bad.
Yeah.
They had like not a nice details, and all that. But yeah, it's like that thing where it's okay to circle back a bit. Again, it goes back to what even when we talked about earlier. That's why people are so fond of the runners right now, because they're not. You don't see them everywhere you go. You're not gonna go to like, I mean, a mall or like all these other shops and see like, oh shit, I see that there. I see that there, all in the same spot. So like,
Yeah.
little things
Like,
like that make a difference.
Circle back as in what?
Like get like it's almost like get down to basics. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like me as a person, I always have that where I'm just like, all right, cool. Let me gather myself again,
Okay.
and then just like be like, all right, cool. Let's start all over.
Yeah.
You know, and that happens a lot. Like where, bro, like there's so many fucking shoes coming out where I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like it's just it's oversaturating.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah,
too
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Where you even forget like, oh shit, this came out. Or even perfect example, like with these Jordan 2s, we've had so many different random ass colorways come out to where it's just like, yo, why y'all drop these? Like we had some come in last week. There was one like a UNC colorway, which was cool, and then we had another one.
The maroon.
Yeah, that one, the
And we sold it
maroon.
for $60.
$60 is still chilling over there.
125 DS.
Yeah, and we sold like a
That's-
one.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the nice. This is nice colorway.
Yeah, it is.
It's good. Obviously, it's a too low, but it's nice. 125, bro. DS.
But what people don't remember, the two lows used to be like some people's were like, oh shit, two lows because you wouldn't see them.
yeah, it's rare.
Yeah, it's rare to find,
Yeah.
and people would buy them. But now it's just like there's so much. Like I remember, I would say when I really got into it, Jordan Brand, like I said, 23s back would have the line sheet, and you'd be like, all right, I want this one, I want this one. All right, I'm gonna save my bread for that one. But you would save your bread because there was early pairs were like 2 weeks early,
Yeah, it wasn't that early.
month tops, like tops a month, and you were paying like 50 over,
Wow.
which is nothing.
Yeah.
But and you would have again, it's just like I feel like now there's no attachment, you know. It's just kind of like if you don't have attachment, then the stuff doesn't mean something to you, and that sounds, some people would be like, oh, that's corny, but it's just like we actually like this stuff, you know. So like if you have an attachment to something, like that's why people are hoarders, because they're like, oh shit, I like this, I might not wear it no more, but I'm
like
not
it.
gonna get rid of it
Yeah.
because it has too much value to me.
Yeah, facts.
Like meaning wise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I have a pair of Royal ones, and low key they're smoked. They're all like they have heel drag, everything. But I'm like, I just can't sell it, bro. I'm just because I think that was the first like kind of like OG Jordan 1 that I got. So I'm like, I'm not selling it, bro. And obviously it's not going for a lot of bread either way. But even if it was, like, I remember I asked you, I was like, yo, should I sell it or not? And you're like, nah, bro, just keep it. But I was just like, yeah, you're right. Because then it's like even the new Jordan Royal, it's not even leather. It's all suede. So I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Even if I haven't wore that shit in months, bro. But it's just like that feeling of like, this was my first like actual OG shoe that I got. So don't sell if you don't have to. Or just keep it, even if whatever, even if you can make bread, just the nostalgia.
I have a question for y'all. So if they stop selling Jordans from here till December, what Jordan would you want to come out in December? Like, oh, we need to bring this back.
So, like for example, if they just dropped that reimagined Royal, and that was the only release from here, people would be going crazy.
It'd
for
be
it.
hype because it'd
It'd
be
be hy-
building up the hype till
it'd be-
then.
Let's just say December 15th. Let's just say December 10th, so people can ship it and get it for Christmas. That reimagined would be the hot. Like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be bad.
Facts.
But if there was no Jordans for like, let's say there was like this is the whatever came out the red cement that came out this past weekend.
And that's it.
And that's it till December.
Yeah.
That Jordan, fuck retail, just the demand. No resale, like just the demand for people to want to wear that shoe for Christmas and see it under the Christmas tree
Yeah.
would create so much demand for it. Just because that's it. And I don't know if people remember, there was like this. It became true where it was like, what were the Crimsons, the Jokers, the Black Cement threes, the Royal Varsity Royal threes, the cement ones, and then they're like, we're not making threes till like 2018.
Yeah.
Like, so they
remember
were
that.
that was like 2013, 2014. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they're like, that's it for threes. So people were like losing their mind. They're like, yo, they're discontinuing the Jordan 3.
Yeah.
So that created like this like hype for these older Jordans where they're like people were like stocking up on them just because they're like there's not gonna be no more threes for a couple years.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like even to go like with how they're doing it, like you're saying, there's oversaturating it. But I follow this like running brand, and they have the same lineup every drop. But I just realized like they only do the drop for 15 minutes and then they close the website. And then in like a couple months they'll redrop the same shit, but it always like goes. So they're just making this, but it's just like they're creating that demand there, and then through those periods, they're just like building like, oh, what it is. They're wearing everything. Everyone else is wearing it, and they're like building that hype up. So when they do the drop again of the same shit, and it's only 15 minutes you can get it, people go crazy on it. So it's just like even like that, like bro, like Jordan Brand, and Nike, I'm pretty sure they got enough bread to like take a couple months off, but who knows if they are gonna do that. But even if they do that, like for sure it would build the hype up back on certain shoes, because then people would be like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get this shoe because I don't know when they're gonna drop again.
But it's like some shoes are not even needed. Like I saw the holiday lineup and I was just like, why? Like there's a turquoise purple Jordan 6. There's the DMP 11, and then there's a girl's version of like
The
a mocha,
Neapolitan.
like a
Yeah.
Neapolitan mocha Jordan 11. It's just like,
It looks almost exactly the same. Only one got like a pink ice bottom.
yeah, it's just like, do we really need that Neo? You know,
Yeah.
like, or do we really need the DMP? Choose one, you know?
It's them trying to like milk as much
Saturn,
as possible.
Saturn breads, $2,500 shoe.
Numbered.
Oh,
Numbered?
I seen that.
Now they're coming out in women's, and they're probably gonna, you know, sit, but like they're not gonna be as hot.
Wait, they're doing another Concord, or am I tripping?
It's
that's
called the
the DMP.
Neapolitan. And then
Low key, this
DMP.
one's valid. I'm not gonna lie. That Jordan 4.
The
Oh,
crab.
the patchwork joint. The like, yeah, the full like the
That
full
almost looks like a
tone.
Fear 4, no?
It looks like a
It looks like
Nefita 4.
undefeated.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
Some,
valid.
people are gonna throw orange laces on those.
It's cool. See, but it's cool, but it's coming out at the wrong time. Like,
When's it coming out?
no, just
Like
in the
just this
Jordan-
era right
this
now.
era right now. There's
Yeah.
so many shoes where I'm like, yo, this shoe, like
Aqua 6s?
a
Fuck.
perfect example. If that Neo, not Neo, the Palomino would have came out in 2017,
Oh my
18,
goodness.
$500 shoe.
Easily.
Or what about if
Easily.
that would have been the only Jordan 1 to come out this year.
This year, $500 shoe.
Yeah. Like even the bro,
What?
the Mocha, that one, does it still go for bread, or am I tripping?
Yeah, it sells all the time.
Black Cat Force. Them shits, every time they come in, everybody wants them. Even when we were at round 2, they were going for high, everybody wanted them. But you're just, like, I feel like if they retroed them again, it'd be clipped.
Yeah.
So like, look, they you know, they're letting that hype, I guess, build. And it's low key. I remember when they first came out, they were cheap, no?
Yeah,
At
they're
the beginning? And then they just shot
275. Yeah, but that was the documentary.
Yeah.
The documentary shot all those shoes up.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, like
insane,
what people don't remember, the Palomino
Mm-hmm.
was the mock-up of the Mocha that people thought that's how
Yeah.
the Mocha was gonna look.
Facts. And I
So-
remember I was like, need.
Yeah, everybody said need. They're like, oh, I need this because it's like it's a brown bread or royal.
Yeah, so good.
But now that it came out, it's going for like just above over retail. But
And
it just,
and low key, we all could have got them for retail.
Yeah.
And we passed.
yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I dead ass passed.
Somebody hit
dead
us
ass
up and
passed.
said, y'all need for retail, and I was just like,
Passed,
pass.
bro.
No, thank
It's
you.
insane. And I remember when because Travis dropped his Mocha the high, and then when I seen those, I was like, I bet that's the closest I'm gonna get. And then now 2 years later, I'm like, don't need for retail, pass. Crazy, bro.
I got another one. So would you guys say that Nike SB is like holding it down for Nike right now?
I feel like them. They always kind of like they had a time where they were dead, but they've always had like good stories, and the fact that a lot of like the collabs always go into detail with a lot of things.
Yeah.
It keeps them like to where they feel more special. Because even like we was talking about it with the last ones, those Powerpuff Girls coming out, they look sick. Like we wouldn't wear them now because we're like a little bit older, but they got so many different little details that you could appreciate.
Yeah.
And it's a nostalgia thing for a lot of people too, because a lot of people, boy or girl, they came up watching Powerpuff Girls, you know.
And not even that. I feel like Nike SB has its cult community, like just a
Yeah.
community where like doesn't matter what comes out, we're gonna buy it just because we fuck with Nike SB because of the nostalgia. Like I have all of them. All right, let me keep going.
Yeah.
Let me grab every single pair that comes out, and it's because they've always kind of stuck to what they are. Like I remember what people don't remember is when they slimmed down the tongue, people were pissed.
Oh yeah.
Like I was
so.
like, what the fuck?
Is
Fuck these
this-
shoes.
Wasn't that one? Isn't that one slim?
No,
that's
this one's good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
this one's
But there's a
good.
lot of they pick and choose, you know. But like I remember with the first, I think what was it with the Costin Low, the blue one was one of the first ones with the slim tongue.
Yeah, there was like a lot of nasty colorways, like the asparaguses, those like
Yeah.
weird, like no offense to him, like the shotware colorways.
Yeah, yeah, and I didn't even know those were his at the moment.
Yeah, they're good colorways, but just again, you expect a puffy tongue on
Yeah,
an
so
SB
you as a
consumer.
consumer that like fucks with the brand for what they are, boom.
Yeah,
Run the
You-
jewel.
Huh?
This one does have a puffy tongue, no?
Well,
No,
it's
it's
a
a
high.
high.
The-
Highs don't
it's
really
just
have.
the
And,
lows,
and then
yeah.
another thing that's what made some highs with puffy tongues so sick because highs don't come with puffy tongues.
Yeah, that's
But
why I
then
bought
when
the
you had
Shugus.
when you had a Shugu, a Paul Brown, the Supreme Highs, and those had a fat tongue, people were like, "Oh, this is sick."
Yeah, but also even like their collabs too, like the Crenshaw, the Udo, even the Supreme one, like they're all good colorways, good like it's all good. It's not like just like a weird ass color. Like, bro, what is this?
Nah, but even low key, that's what we talked about. Even these, I just looked over
The Huff?
the Huff. They got a thin tongue, and
Yeah.
like it should have
I
had a
hate that
puffy
shit.
tongue.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Okay. What were you saying that they needed to do
I said
to make it good?
It should have had a puffy-
take off the middle, give it the tie dye,
They
and-
just taken off the cutout, let the
The
should have
cutout be
left it what it
exposed.
was.
cut out the tie dye, and then give it a fat tongue. Boom,
Yeah,
350,
Insane.
400.
Yeah. Low key.
because it does make a big difference.
Same
I-
with no the Union Dunk. No, that's not.
But
Oh,
that's
that's,
not
that's,
SB.
a regular dunk.
yeah.
But even like this, the Sandy Bodecker. Why, bro? Come on.
No,
Why?
they do
Just,
stuff to
Low
troll.
key, I think
That
they
was a
should have.
troll.
just give us the regular one.
Yeah,
Don't
like
give us
that
the cut
without
out.
cut.
Yeah, without
I feel
cut.
like it would have went crazier.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like for me, obviously, I saw it, but I didn't know the full backstory. Once I read the full backstory and I saw that they were selling the shoe like that, I was like, that just takes away from the whole shoe. Like
It would've been
what makes
$1,000
it
shoe.
what makes it special is like it's cut. But now that you gave the cut version to everybody, it's not special anymore.
well, not even
Nah,
that.
it's because they left this part exposed.
Yeah, bro.
The
it's just,
cut version should have been the friends and family, and the
Yeah.
regular version should have been the regular version.
So that way it's still special. It's still like, oh, you don't got the cut version, but now everyone has it.
If
So
they-
it's like, bruh.
The best way they could have done the cut, like, and still drop it like this, was just leave the stitching in between where the cuts actually were,
not the see-through.
and people still would have fucked with them because it would have been like, oh shit, like
it has
y-
distress to it.
Yeah, like you know the story, and you don't got foggy areas when you wear the shoes.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like what companies are like lacking right now, and but some aren't, but like some are, is the sense of community.
Yeah.
Look at Ame, cult following.
cult.
Just everybody's always there. Coffee. Look at even Emily Oberg's store. Like it's just popping
and
just
rich.
because I have friends that flew out from LA for that grand opening.
Crazy.
Shout
Shout out Ron.
Brought her flowers and
What a
everything.
king.
Yeah.
That, if that's not community, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
bro.
but
Coach shit.
Oh,
But it's just like even Scars Pizza, anything that makes you feel a part of something, you're gonna be like, all right, boom, I'm part of this, you know?
Yeah. Even undefeated.
Yeah, undefeated.
They stay doing stuff with like the locals in the area, whether
Union,
it's
out
here or over there.
Union, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like let's say like a Nike, like they try, but I just feel like it's just like not done right, or it almost feels forced, you know? Sometimes where you're just like,
No disrespect to nobody, but I think sometimes it's because they have the wrong people in those positions to where they're not really tapped in like that. And they're just like, again, for lack of a better term, like they're just by the book. They don't understand that there's more to it now,
Yeah.
especially in like the world we live in, to where like you kind of,
yeah, like the other day when Rob was telling me, he's like, how do you know all this shit, like random shit? And I was like, bro, it was somebody passing by,
tapped
bro.
yeah.
yeah. No, I think the like even to go with that, like over the weekend, I think it was like a week ago, Nike dropped like a full Elliot Kipchoge pack, and it was all running shoes. It was all like his colorways that he liked, and they showed the whole backstory. Obviously, he still runs, he still races. All those shoes sold out, and one of the most expensive one with tax and everything is $300 for a running shoe, and there's no sizes left. But it was like that was a good rollout. Obviously, he was wearing everything. He's still doing everything. So that for me, I was like, that was a good execution on their end. Because even me, I was like, I had my boy up and I was like, yo, I need these. Like, can you get me these? And I'm like, I always, anytime I buy something, I try to identify like, why did I buy this? What made me want to go buy this? But it was just everything, seeing all of it.
But that's what Nike does really well.
Yeah.
With certain things.
Yeah, certain.
Because like when that what is that shit, the green bottom that we had in fucking
The Alpha
2000,
Flies?
the Alpha Flies, same thing,
Oh.
$275. I hit up my plug and I'm like, yo, I need these.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, they sold out. Let me try to get them from Concepts.
Yep.
And it's just like some parts of their company do a lot better than the others, just because even when I had that shoe that you're talking
The
about,
Alpha Fly?
but I had the sample version.
Yeah, I remember you
in New
telling me
York,
that. Fuck.
and I shit you not, that shit was worth $2,500. I paid like $500 for
You were
it,
running.
and I was just using it for the gym because I thought it was
Yeah,
cool.
Easy.
But it's just like, again, it's just demand. People want to use these shoes to run. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily like the thing. It's just like with Kobe, people want the shoes to ball.
Yeah, easy.
So with Jordan, it's just like, what do I want these to go to the club and spill some alcohol on them? Like, no,
Yeah.
you know, like, so it just really depends how you're doing it. And with Jordan, it's just like, there's so many fucking colorways. Kobe's is about to have so many colorways too, but
Yeah.
people want them to hoop.
Yeah.
The Pro Tro thing is a real thing, you know, like it's like, oh shit, like you can use them now to hoop in. And then now the older ones, it's kind of like having OG Jordans. OG Jordans, you can't wear them no more. So when they were retroing, the demand was there because
Yep.
you're like, oh, I'm gonna get them again. With these 2010, 2011, 2012 is 10 plus years now. So you can't, the glue's coming undone. You can't even wear some of them.
You
So,
kind of got to get a new pair.
so now you have to get a new pair.
Yeah,
It's just like, it's
It's function.
function.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like you can't use them no more. That's why even them bringing back the KD4s next year is like KD4s can't wear no more almost.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a good thing to, like, I always say it too, because you need retros, bro. Like, even with, like, that's one thing I do wish SBs would do with certain ones, like retro them, because same shit, like the glue wears out and you can't wear them, or like certain materials on some of them, they crack or break and shit. So like,
Yeah,
the
that's
retros ain't bad. Like, even with the Uinos, like if they do come out with them, it's cool, like, because it gives people that didn't have the opportunity a chance to buy them because they're so freaking expensive.
Facts.
They actually want them now. All right, sick, and they're wearable.
Yeah.
One is the retro.
One SB. Ooh, fuck. The Slam Cities, because those you can't wear them. The front panel breaks. It literally cracks. So,
Fuck. Now?
Same, literally same.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's my favorite SB ever.
And then the Denim Forbes. Those two, they're done right, like OG shape and shit. Easy. Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm not an SB. You know, and what's funny is like I skated a lot youngerly, so I should kind of like SBs, but yeah, but no, but even with that, bro, even nah.
Now, but some people do ask me, why don't you have that many SBs, like what's it called, Grails? And it's just like, I hate. I'm a picky person, so like when I see the glue coming apart, even though I know it's not gonna fall apart, I'm like, fuck this shit.
Clipped.
It's over.
Yeah.
Like or just any sort of inconvenience. Like when I got the Supreme Dunks, the black cement, it was pristine. Shout out Ryan Cooper, like super pristine. I wore it once and I'm like, I can't, bro. It's uncomfortable now, you know? And I
Yeah.
got rid of it right away just because I was just like, that little inconvenience. So if they retro and they do it right, then I'm like, oh, cool. I love this shoe.
Yeah,
but
you'll cop.
a lot of people always ask me, they're like, damn, you don't have that many like SB bangers. And I was like, I don't even think I have any right now. But it's
Yeah.
because I do love them. Like Diamond Tiffany's, that swoosh comes off. Can't
After
wa-
a couple wears,
Like,
or
yeah.
now that with age.
No, it peels. Like
It
it's just at
peels.
random. It might not peel.
It
It might peel.
melts.
It melts. So I just get rid of them because it's like fucking Frank Nitti said it, where like that acid just goes to shit. You know, like you
Yeah.
think you have an acid, you break it, and you're like, fuck, I'm done.
It's over with.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what's funny? Even with like running shoes, like those ones that cost 250, 300, they only last for like 100, 150 miles, and then you are forced to buy another one.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and that's why when you look, obviously I'm like kind of see all that. They have like so many pairs of running shoes because they have no choice. Like after a while, obviously they just go out and they just go back and they buy more. Like, so that's definitely a thing. But then also going back to people tapped in, like Brian Diaz is a perfect example. Like he's really tapped in with people, like, and not just like giving it to ball players and this. Like he's giving it to people who are actually like in the streets doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like not just like, oh, this guy has whatever 1 million followers on Instagram, I'm gonna give him it. Like he'll give it to the people who have maybe like 20K, 25, but a strong 25K. Like when someone else who's maybe has a mil only has like 10,000 people that actually follow him, and the person who has 30, but he's good with that, bro. Like he's really like, he knows who to give like the Solomons to, And sometimes it's just like, even if it's just a homie, but you know that homie's gonna ride for you, and that's actually gonna has their own community where they have. So shout out to him. Like he's definitely doing a good job over there, and you can tell, bro. Like they're everywhere now.
Yeah, it has a function.
Yeah, and it's a good Remember some one homie came in, and he saw Solomon over there. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like I use these to go on the trail. Like I didn't know these were a thing." And then you had to kind of like tell him like, "It's because of Brian Diaz."
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny, bro. He's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "So if I bring mine in," you're like, "Nah, King," because you can tell he was he's a trail runner. But I'm like, nah, he was gonna bring probably his in that all fucking beat and shit. He's like, nah, bro, only certain colorways.
Well, not even as long as you're clean.
Yeah, they're clean, they're valid. Gucci.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, at the end, I think the biggest point from all these topics is the shoes got to get worn.
Yeah,
Buy what you like.
facts.
Buy what you like. Wear the shoes. Wear it because you want to, not
Yeah.
because somebody told you they're cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not rocket science. At the end of the day, we're fucking playing with clothes and shoes. You know, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like to me, I love it, but it's just like at the end of the day, I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm still gonna be myself. You know.
Yeah, and all this stuff comes and goes. Like everything, like even if you have a sentimental value to it, if you get rid of it, if you really want it, you could always get it back.
Yeah, I literally always tell people, what did Elani say when he was drunk? Shoes are like a merry-go-round.
Oh my! Bruce once told me shoes like a merry-go-round. They always come back. I was like,
I don't know
That
how
is-
that
that
made
is
sense,
true.
but I
That was
never
true.
said that.
no, bro. Like
I said they
nah,
always do come back, but I never said merry-go-rounds. I don't know where he got
I
that
don't know,
one.
man. This man had a drunk 3 a.m. conversation at 3 p.m.
Shout out to him.
Shout out
Dope.
Lonnie.
But yeah, point of the story is buy what you like, and just be
You should be
yourself.
fine. Yeah,
You'll be
yeah.
fine.
You'll be
Enjoy
fine.
it. Enjoy
Yeah.
the ride.
You'll get through it. You'll get through it.
Appreciate y'all.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that.